Sam, welcome everyone.
Welcome to Staying Relevant, the bonus episode, the one you've all been waiting for.
Well, unless you listened to last week's, in which case I'd be surprised if you tune in because Lauren and Rachel us last week with some real boring. I'm not drinking, but I'm swearing if you don't like yourself. So we haven't seen these today, all right? We have just left it in the hands of the gods. So I don't know what's coming up. But let's hope we've improved. I really hope you're going to pull through. So this is Thursday's episode, which means it's all about you. If you would like to feature in the podcast, then make sure you're interesting. And email stayingrelevant@insanityhq.com. This is obviously Thursday's episode, which means you can watch it on Sunday on YouTube. Monday's episode, you'll be able to watch tomorrow, which is Friday. So that makes it
Monday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Lovely. However, if you keep writing shit, we are just going to cancel Thursdays. All right? Be warned.
It's like a teacher telling you you've done something wrong.
I'm warning you. I'm dead fucking serious here.
He's got the finger out.
I've got shit to do. I'm warning you. If you keep writing me shit, I will fuck it all off.
Don't fuck it all off.
All right?
By this point, we may have won a trick award.
Up your fucking game. And this is not a good start, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not a good start. So the first one is from Charlotte. Subject, a complaint. Hi, Sam and Pete. My name is Charlotte and I'm 14 years old. Please, can you do a podcast with no swearing in it?
Shut up. Where's that? Where's that?
Charlotte, I do warn you at the start, if you don't like it, please remove yourself. But shouldn't you be off doing some homework or something?
No, we love a younger demographic. Come in.
It's a podcast, we swear. You shouldn't be listening to it, really.
No, we shouldn't be swearing as much. We really shouldn't. And we do apologise. It's not good enough and we will be better.
Yeah, we're gonna try our fucking hardest to just be better.
Natasha. Subject, spill the beans on behind the scenes, boys. Hey, Sam and Pete. I finally got the courage to email in and risk the wrath of Pete.
Oh, God.
I've just been to see you on tour at the Palladium and it was amazing. I dragged my boyfriend along with me and although initially unsure as to whether you guys were his cup of tea, he found himself laughing out loud and also enjoying the shortest queue for the toilets ever.
Yeah.
Since your demographic that evening, and probably every evening, was women. Not only this, but we both immediately booked to see you opening night at the Apollo. So pretty big fans of you both. Thank you so much, Natasha, you legend. My question for you both popped into my head the other evening whilst I was getting a Pete fix by watching Celebrity SAS. That's the one he fucked.
That was a short fix.
Yeah. I know someone who was on Normal People SAS and he said it was a lot harder than he thought and it'd be and although he lasted longer than you, Pete, don't kill me, sorry, I did feel you gave it your all on the show. I believe, and I could be wrong, that Sam also did the show at a separate time and I wondered what you both thought of the experience, who lasted the longest, and of course, what are the DS like when the cameras are off? Would you do it again? Last question, whilst I have the chance, so many answers to this. Last question whilst I have the chance, what is with Pete's sexy outro voice on the podcast when he says, this has been an Insanity Studios production. I can't be the only person who noticed how sultry he goes. Can he say this down the camera for his biggest fan, me? I love the podcast, guys. You are the best. You always put a smile on my face and I can't wait to see you at the Apollo. Thank you so much, Natasha. That's a lovely message.
Yeah, good. And a question.
I love a question. Yeah. Do you know what? It doesn't always have to be listener letters about your stuff. If you want to ask anything, come through and ask. I like that. That's a new one. Ask questions if you want.
Yeah.
I did a Q&A at the live tour and it went shit.
The Q&A at the live tour was...
Who's got a bigger penis?
Yeah, it wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
Wasn't ideal. But although I won that one, obviously, you win this one because Sam lasted longer than me on SAS. Sam actually did quite well.
I left just before the final.
Yeah, it did quite well, but I loved the show. I think it's a great show. I know I wasn't there very long, but the time that I was there was delightful. But yeah, it's a fucking great show. I think it's one of the best shows to do on TV. I think like that, I will always say Bear Grylls is my favourite because it's a life experience. Yeah. The Jungle is a life experience. The ones that are like life experiences that I would pay to do that. Yeah. Like to go and experience some of the shit and some of the cool stuff you do. And actually, you do a lot of challenges that aren't even shown. And some of them are fucking amazing as well. Do you know what I mean? You do so much cool shit, but it is fucking tough.
My biggest... two things here. First of all, I always get a lot of people who go... and you must get it as well, Pete. Like, oh, I bet when you've done like your little challenge, like you go to your like 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
No, everything you see, like you sleep in airplane hangars, like it's fucking freezing. Or like I was in the mountains of Chile. So I did the first ever celebrity one, right? And we had Ant Middleton, and he's one of those guys who like is very controlling over like the input of the show. He doesn't like he didn't like the channel being across it at all. He didn't like, we weren't allowed to speak to any of the sound guys who would change our mic packs.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk to any of the people who are filming you whenever you're doing the challenges. They literally are under strict like thing. You cannot say a word to them. It's all you and the DS.
And when you see like the bags over your heads and that, when you see that and you think it's just been put on the thing, no, you'd literally go on like hour-long drives to locations wearing that fucking sack on your head, and they don't take it off. And Sam's right, you don't speak to the camera guys when they change your mics. They don't fucking speak to you. No one's allowed to talk to you.
I think it's changed a little bit now. I think it's a little bit less hardcore. From what I've heard, they've given it a little bit more like, it's still very hard, but I don't think they're screaming at you as much, and I don't think it's quite as, I don't think they're at you as much. I actually knew Foxy quite a bit before I went in, and he pulled the thing off my head, and he just laughed in my face, and he went, "You're fucked." And the panic I felt on that first day, and I went, "Oh wow, this is really intense." But it was, I think, like Pete said, it was my biggest regret in my entire TV career is doing that show at the age I did it. I wish I'd done it now. It's I was too young, I think, when I did SAS. I was too young. Because you sort of like, I'd never done anything like that before. I'd never trained with any army people or anything like that, so I didn't know how to handle myself. And when they're screaming at you, my default when people are screaming at you is to like, because I get really uncomfortable and I freak out, is to like crack a gag, or like crack a joke, and I'll be like, oh, yeah. And then like you'll like smile, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you smiling?" You're like, "I'm actually just panicking."
See, I'm the opposite. I wish I'd done it when I was younger.
Because you could have got through it.
Because I could have got through it. Because for me, like I'm not fussed about like my environment and my life has been very different to yours. So people screaming and shouting doesn't really bother me. I scream and shout. It's not really couldn't give a fuck really. The fitness, obviously, I smoke 40 a day and I drink.
It is a lot of it's a fitness test, isn't it?
And like I did no training. I just assumed that I'd be fine, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done it when I was younger when I was fit.
It's a toughie, isn't it? Like like people, and genuinely, and this is another thing about it, is that when you're doing, and Pete, you'll notice, you know, when you've got the parade square, right, and you have to do those like exercises around you, like the duck squats and stuff and all that. What you see on the TV is like 15 minutes, because you've got to cram the entire thing into one episode, right?
But
so you see like 15, at the most you'll see 15 minutes. That is 6 hours.
Yeah, but what you're so basically, really roughly, I think it works out now, and I think it was similar then. About 24 hours is crammed into 1 hour. So you've got 23 hours, and it's not like that's the 1 hour we do a day of fucking stuff.
It's all day, every day.
It's all day, every day. So you've got 23 hours of shit that no one's seeing, and they just have to pull out the bits to make a story. And when it comes to the edit, that's why some of the challenges get taken out, or you don't see everyone doing every challenge, because they pick out the ones that have struggled the most or that are the most interesting. But you're all doing it.
It's harder than you see on screen, for sure. Because like I remember doing those duck walks on the parade square, and it was
round,
6 hours.
round,
round until someone gives up. Basically, they do it until someone gives up.
Yeah. So it's not just that kind of thing. Like you will literally just keep going, and if you're,
unfit or unflexible with the duck walks,
then
you're screwed.
It's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, I had to carry Wayne Bridge around the parade square. He's a big boy.
So it is a bit of a struggle, but it's a fucking great show. I absolutely love it. DS wise, I love them all.
Yeah, they're good. They're all good lads.
All fucking great guys. Really good. Billy is like, Mark Billingham is like the most fucking decorated fucking soldier. He's possibly the most scary man I've ever met. But also the nicest guy. But you know, when you look at someone, you think, yeah, you'd happily kill me.
Yeah.
Foxy is just a fucking unit.
Foxy's our boy.
He is a fucking unit. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, deceivingly, when you actually see him and you see, like, he's fucking, you're like, shit, you are a fucking tank, son.
I will never forget the time, right? And this is a little bit.
And they both hate Sam.
No, they don't. That's a lie. Foxy really likes me. He just pretends to hate me. Basically, Foxy is an absolute unit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one of the scariest things actually from SAS is Ollie Ollerton, because he's like quite a inconspicuous guy. Like he's not one of the front and centre DSs. I did one of the tasks and he took me to one side and went, mate, he went, listen to me, buck up. And he literally said it in that tone and I just went, my arsehole just went, whoop. And I was literally
50p, 5p, 50p, 5p.
You know when someone says to you like that, like the ant screaming at me never did me. Foxy, Ollie Ollerton and Billy, they were quiet, and the quiet scare is way scarier. Like they would literally be like, Sam, like sort this out. And you'd be like, I'm so sorry, I really didn't mean to. But best thing I've ever done. Best thing. Other than Jungle. It's quite nice to talk about the behind the scenes.
Because we love to talk about ourselves.
No, but if there's ever anything you guys want to know about the things that we have done, just ask in.
So great. Really enjoyed that one, actually. And also, what was the last request?
Oh, Pete, look down the camera.
This has been an Insanity Studios production.
Thank you so much for listening to Staying Relevant with Pete Wicks and Sam Thompson. To feature in this podcast, email stayingrelevant@insanityhq.com. Subscribe and follow so you're the first to know of each episode. Rate 5 stars. Please do leave a review because I absolutely read every single one. We're slacking a little bit on that one, to be fair. Follow us on all the socials at Staying Relevant Podcast, at Sam Thompson, and at Pete Wicks01 on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Just search Staying Relevant Podcast for the full video of this episode that goes live every Sunday. And we're going to be back on Monday with our main episode. We're going to see you next time. We're back, motherfuckers.
I just want to point out before you stop the record there that we have never read the outro straight off the sheet like that since day one of the podcast. And you did a fabulous job.
Thank you. I really feel good. I thought that went really, really well.
Well, because, I mean, you were just reading.
Yeah, but I see, that's the thing with me. I need to be able to see it. I'm not very good at remembering.
Oh, it's weird because it's on your card every week.
Yeah. I like that. Maybe I'll start looking at the cards a bit more.
Oh, fuck. We're all in for a fucking pleasurable time then.
We love you so much. Have the best weekend ever.
All right, bye.
Okay. Ta-da.
Tatar.
Ta-ta.
Yeah, Tadar is a magician.
Oh, it's really?
Ta-da.
Tartar. That's beef. Staying Relevant was an Insanity Studios production.